Hey guys, welcome back to another video. For this week's video, we're going to be going to Marrakech, also known as the Red City. Now, Marrakech is one of the most popular tourist attractions in Morocco since it has very big souks and it has one of the biggest souks in Morocco. When you go there, you will not only see old buildings, but you will also see very modern things, so it really depends on what you want to see. You will find basically everything there. Many people are attracted to the street performances, such as street dancers, snake charmers, that you can find especially in Jemaa el Fna, which is really famous. Now, if you guys don't know Morocco very well, you might be wondering, why is this city called the Red City? Now, this name was chosen since the older houses had red walls, and if you go there, and I will show you guys later on, all of the houses that I will show you are red, and it's more of a orange-red color, but it's still called the Red City. Now, if you guys do go to Marrakech, I really recommend you guys don't take taxis or buses. It's way better to take horse-drawn carriages because it just makes the experience way better, and you will see a beautiful view and it will just feel great and remind you of the old times. Now, all around Marrakech, you will see huge walls which are around 20 kilometers in length, 9 meters high and 2 meters wide. Now, the reason these walls exist is because Marrakech is a 1,000-year-old city, and of course, in the past, you needed protection using walls. Now, I know I just bombarded you guys with a bunch of facts, so let's take a little break and I'm going to talk about the actual trip. So the trip was around 4 hours long, and of course it was exhausting, and especially since it was freezing cold. And that's why we needed a little break here. Now, all around the trip, we saw a lot of green and many farms. It was just a pretty view. Look at all the palm trees. Now, this was a long trip and we were only at Casablanca. But at least the view here is truly beautiful and we enjoyed ourselves a lot. Now we were up to Bouskoura. Now, we were especially lucky since the past few days it was raining, and today it was a clear blue sky. Now, one thing you'll notice with Morocco is landscapes change very quickly. Like 1 second you could be looking at beautiful green fields, and the next you'd be in the mountains, like right now. Now, it was very deserted here. There was nobody living here or anybody walking around. It was just a road and cars. Now you can barely see it, but in the very back there are snowy mountains. And here's a better view. Finally, we arrived at the entry of Marrakech. And you could already see many people trying to sell things on the left. Again, here's a shot of the beautiful palm trees, and I don't know if you guys knew this, but it is strictly illegal to cut down a palm tree. So if you cut it down, you will get a fine of 500 euros. No matter where the tree is, and if you need to build there, you will just have to build around it. Like I told you guys earlier, it is called the Red City, and here are the houses that are made of red orange clay. Which is another reason why this city is truly beautiful and special. Now, even years later, we are still using this red orange clay to build modern houses and modern apartments, or they could even use similar colors to keep this beautiful red city. Now here are the walls that I talked about earlier on. And now I've finally arrived at Sharm el Fna, and here's the beautiful houses around and the beautiful businesses. There are many small businesses, which means you can find many different things. Now when we arrived there, we were already exhausted, so we had lunch, then continued looking around. Now here's where you usually find snake charmers and dancers, but since you guys know there's a pandemic going on, so everyone has to keep their distance and you can't really see someone dancing or perform because it will create a huge crowd around it. But you will find places to drink juice, and there are many of them. And here's tangia, which is a pot that looks like this, and it has meat inside, which has been cooking for hours. Now we're going into the souk, where you will see many small businesses, and the thing that's special about souks is you will find everything and anything. On your right, you might see someone selling clothes, and then you might turn around and see someone selling purses. It's basically where you find everything that's made with love, and it helps support small businesses. And there are also restaurants located on top where you will have a beautiful view and eat yummy food. Most of the small businesses sell things that are made by hand, which is really cool, and I really support that. Now I will let you guys enjoy the beauty of souks. Now here's where I recommend you guys buy your spices. There were so many different types that there was some I never heard of. It was truly amazing, and they let us film inside, which was super kind of them. So I recommend you guys go check them out if you ever go to Marrakech. They had paprika, they had cumin powder, they had everything you could look for, and even things that you never knew existed. It was just amazing. If you need it, here is their business card. Please show their business love and support. And now moving on with the trip. Here's an example of the street foods you can buy. We were having so much fun, but we were going back home because it was getting late, and also we were exhausted from the long trip. Now the next day. Now today's the day we're going to go to the place where we originally came here for. We were going to go to the Snowy Mountains. It is standing at 4,000 meters, and it also means it's standing at 13,600 feet tall. Now this place is called the Kingdom, and it is very famous since it is one of the highest snow resorts in Africa. Now I can assure you guys this was a hard trip since just being on land was very cold, so you guys can imagine how cold it was being up in those mountains. Now we made a big mistake going up there. The thing is, there's 3 different roads to go there, and we took the one that's the longest. I know, it's pretty chaotic, but it was just a simple mistake. But it's fine since the view was great and we saw many amazing things. Here you see people selling things for tourists. There are fossils, there are many different things that you can buy, but we stopped here for the view and to take pictures. Here is some of the fossils that you can buy here, and we already have some of these at home, that's why we didn't buy any. You can buy handmade tagines, which is really amazing, and you can buy many handmade things all around. Now, traveling, you might see people walking their sheep or goats, and it's just so cute. Look at them. Now, Morocco's filled with people. That's why you can find villages basically everywhere. Here, as you can see, there's people living here, and it's in the middle of nowhere. The road was definitely rocky and had a lot of dents and holes, but it was definitely worth the view. We're getting closer. And we finally arrived. Here it is. It's pretty big and we were going to have a lot of fun. The problem here was the air was freezing cold and there wasn't much oxygen, of course, because we were pretty high up. So you would get tired very quickly and you felt like your body was so heavy. Here's me sliding down, and the thing is, when you get to the bottom, you have to walk all the way up, which was tiring. Like I told you guys earlier, there was so little oxygen and it was freezing. It was just exhausting, but it was all worth it. And here's me almost falling, but it was just so fun. And there's my little sister going. It had been a while since it snowed, so there was some spots where the snow had melted, and that means when you were going down, you had to get up at the very end. Again, there was people selling some snacks, which was useful because we got pretty hungry pretty quickly. And when you went back down to leave, there was more stuff to buy. And off we were back home. It was so much fun, but we were freezing cold. And of course, there was also people living here. Like if you enjoyed this video, comment down below what you want to see for the week after next week, since next week I'm posting another vlog. But anyway, see you guys later, keep smiling!